We were talking last week about a romantic stowaway, so I'll stick to the romantic side of things for this week. And this time we're going away up to Ness in the north of Lewis, right up to Dell, and in fact to Airedale, right out in the point out here, where there was a Donald MacLeod living. He was a soldier, and he's remembered as Sergeant Harsh, the soldier from the Airedale. He was involved in the Napoleonic campaigns. Don't think he was actually involved in Waterloo itself. He was a 78th Regiment, and I think they were a backup in Waterloo. But anyway, he was in the 78th Regiment in that campaign, and he had a friend, a Sergeant Harry Gunn from Thurso. And they'd done an arrangement with each other that if either of them was killed, then the other would go back and tell the widow that she was a widow. And Harry Gunn was killed. So Donald decided to went back to Thurso to tell Harry's widow, Binny Campbell, that he was dead. Well, he maybe told her she's a widow, but she didn't stay that way very long because he married her himself and went back with her and her daughter Annie to live on the Airedale. Now, Binny is quite a common name on the East Coast, but the Lewis people made it Peony, of course, and she became known as Peony the Tay, Peony of the Tea, because she was the first tea drinker in the area. There's lots of stories about how tea came to the islands at different times. I always liked one from Harris, where the minister's wife had made tea for some of her visitors, and they never had tea before, and they watched her making it, and then they got their cup of tea, and as she went out, one of them was saying to the others, "Oh well, the miserliness of the minister's wife that only gave us the soup and kept the meat for themselves." And there's other stories about a cargo of tea that washed ashore, and it was spread as fertiliser on the ground because they didn't know what else to do with it. But anyway, there was Binny being in a Tay drinking her tea in Airedale. Her daughter went with her. She married a chap from the Oropee, and they settled in Northdale, but on a bit of the farm there, which had been taken for families who had moved across from Gress on the other side of Lewis, and it is still known as the Ballygreash. I can just remember a range of old ruins of houses tight against the wall of the Ballygreash, but I think it's all gone now. So there was another story of a bit of romance for you. I suspect that we hear people remember the romantic stories because they were the less usual thing. You do get the very opposite. I like the story of a bit further down the west coast, and I better not say where. But there were two brothers who were married to two sisters, and the brothers had one sister at home, and the sisters had one brother at home. And that brother was courting a girl in the next village, and he decided he was going to go and ask for her. Now, things were done officially then. You went to ask the bride's father, and you took somebody with you who would extol your virtues as a husband to be, and so on. So he took one of his brothers-in-law with him, and they set off down the road. And it was a filthy night. Rain, hail, sleet, snow, the wind blowing off the Atlantic and the rest of it. And they got a little bit down the road when the brother-in-law said to him, "You know, do you have to go to, I'd better not say where, go to the next village for a wife on a night like this? What's wrong with my other sister down the village?" "Ah, well," said the husband-to-be, "it doesn't look very promising right enough." And he turned back and married her, and it probably turned out just as well. But don't tell the youngsters nowadays that.